on, everybody? It is Samsung Galaxy Z Fold, Flip, and Watch season. And what I've got here today is the Galaxy Z Fold6. Just a quick unboxing for you of the brand new edition of Samsung's foldable, at least in this form factor. Of course, the Flip is also out, but I don't know, I find more utility with the Fold personally, but the Flip is a cool little novelty form factor, I think, especially for the nostalgic types. And this one is in the silver. It is ordered from the Samsung website. This is the 512 gigabyte version. Of course, when you pre-order, you got that free storage upgrade. So as you saw on the front, it's a little illustration of the Fold, and in the color that you got it, Galaxy Z Fold 6 branding on the bottom. On the side, Galaxy Z Fold 6 in black, and on the other side it says Samsung in that same kind of black shading. And if anyone cares, it says made in Vietnam there, but the box is printed in Mexico. So without further ado, let's open this one up. You don't really need an unboxing knife or anything like that. You've got your pull tabs now. So the first one and the bottom pull tab, and we open it up. And we are greeted straight away, of course, with our beautiful Galaxy Z Fold 6 in this very, very nice silver shade. Let's take this phone out and just put it off to the side here. And I can show you everything else that comes into in this box, which is, of course, the adapter, a wireless charger. Just kidding. There's nothing else in here. However, on the upper part of the box, don't forget that sometimes people don't notice that there were things in this part of the box. You do have a couple of things. You got your booklets. You're gonna have a SIM ejection tool, I'm pretty sure. So let's open this up. And there you've got it. You have your USB-C to USB-C cable, some booklets, a quick start guide, all of that fun stuff. Things that you're used to by now. Still miss getting the charger in the box. Unfortunately, that is a thing of the past. Although I do think they're going to bring that back at some point. So back to the Fold here. And if you had a Z Fold 5, for example, I mean, you're going to notice that the corners are more squared off. But other than that, I don't think you're going to notice a ton of changes aesthetically and to the form factor. Taking a look here on the inside. I mean, it's a square. It basically looks like almost a perfect square. Of course, this way you get a wider viewing experience if you're watching YouTube or anything like that. But let's take this paper off. This side, and there you are greeted with your Fold. And what I actually have here as well, just to compare, is a much older Fold that a friend lent to me just to see the difference here in the form factor. This is the Fold 2, if you remember that mystic bronze color some of the Galaxy devices came in, and you can already see quite the difference here in these form factors. So this is obviously a very good Fold to upgrade from. If you had the Z Fold 2, I think you'd be doing a pretty good job upgrading from that. So you see how they look like side by side. The Z Fold 6 is shorter, and the outer display is wider, more usable. I think most people would agree on that. I personally really liked the Pixel Fold form factor, and this is getting slightly closer to that than Samsung was before. Still, they look quite different, but I think they're moving in the right direction here. There we go. Finally, it turned on. And let's take a look at how the creases show up here. Now, I know this phone has been used for several years. Obviously, this is a Z Fold 2. So I'm not sure how much of this crease is just from usage, but I remember this phone pretty new looking a lot like this. And I will say that when this screen was off here, when it was black, I think you could tell that the crease is a lot less noticeable than it was a few generations ago around Z Fold 2 time. So there has been progress made. Now, if you compare it with the Z Fold 5, you might not see much of a difference or none at all. But compared to this Z Fold 2, definitely they've worked on the visibility of that crease. So let's get started with our setup here. So I went ahead and put my SIM card in here, and it starts you off with some updates, and it says that the phone is going to have to restart for these updates. And as we restart here, you see I've got the T-Mobile version of this device, and taking a quick look around it, you see this brushed aluminum finish here on the sides. I think it looks really, really nice, this squared off design. I know some people say that, you know, rounder edges is more comfortable. I don't know. I've always felt like it doesn't really make a difference. Nothing's going to give you a cut on your hand or anything like that. I think it's just all about what you prefer aesthetically. And yeah, the squared off design on smartphones always gave me kind of Nokia Lumia vibes, but this obviously looks a lot more like the Ultra series of devices with the squared off design. I just don't like the in-between. I like it either quite squared off like this and like the Ultra, or I like it really rounded on the corners. Yeah, not a big fan of the in-between thing. So getting started here, we've got the SIM card in here. I'm only going to agree to the things that are mandatory and not optional. Gotta agree here. For now, I'm gonna set this up manually. Logged into a Wi-Fi network, and it says getting your phone ready. This may take a few minutes. So still in the getting your phone ready phase of this setup. Here's your volume rocker on the side, a fingerprint sensor. It's been this design really since the beginning for the Fold, this capacitive fingerprint sensor, which works really, really well. It's very, very quick. This is for your 5G antenna over here. Taking a look at the camera housing, looks a little bit different this time. The camera rings protecting the lenses are black. Take this sticker off here. Again, that front display, which is a little bit more like a conventional smartphone here. I don't mind if they go a little bit shorter on the device next time as well and make this, again, a little bit wider, but a good step here from Samsung. You've got your speaker grill here on the bottom. It's more like this open slit here and not a grill anymore. USB-C port over here. On this side, you've got your SIM tray. So for now, I am just gonna skip this. I'm not gonna copy everything. All right, and as usual, they've got some advice for you for taking care of your Fold device. It says pressing the screen or the under display camera with a hard or sharp object such as a pen or fingernail may cause damage such as scratches or dents. It says only use a Samsung S Pen designed for the Galaxy Fold. Other S Pens or styluses will damage the screen. If you want to read the rest of that, of course, just pause and do so. And we are all set up. Tap finish here, and we are into our Galaxy Z Fold 6. Now, before it starts downloading other stuff here, let's take a quick look at storage. I'm always curious at how much storage comes out of the box. Again, this is the 512 gigabyte version, and as you see there, 26.4 gigabytes out of the 512 have been used. That's about 5%. Let's back out of here and go to display. First of all, let's turn off Wi-Fi calling. I don't like having Wi-Fi calling on there by default, so I'm going to go back. Let's go back into settings here and connections, Wi-Fi calling, and then let's go to display. And of course, I like it on dark. Display is plenty bright on this phone. I like my screen mode on vivid. Screen timeout, let's go 1 minute, and then let's take a look at some of the wallpapers that come out of the box here. I'll go to change wallpapers, and it shows you here what you've got. Here's a little gallery of the wallpapers, and here you have your wallpapers in different colors. It's kind of like a folding sort of illustration there, and it's in different colors, and it looks like the number 6, of course, for the Z Fold 6, or you can add from your gallery. You can also do some get your wallpaper through generative AI, which is really, really interesting. So I tapped on that and see what it has here. It's still trying to come up with something, and let's take a look at some of them. This one says imaginary. Looks pretty interesting. You've got night, and you've got, let's see here, mineral. You get the idea here. So AI can generate some wallpapers for you. Soft focus. Looks like a pretty zen wallpaper over there. Again, this was just a real quick unboxing. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold in silver. You see there are some fingerprints on there. It will pick up some fingerprints. However, of course, you're probably going to have a case on it. Speaking of that, I almost forgot. What I have here is the Galaxy Z Fold 6 silicone case in gray. Of course, you can get a bunch of different types of these cases, including cases with the S Pen in it. But my friend here who is upgrading their Z Fold 6 doesn't really use the pen, so they didn't get that. However, they really liked the grip here to hold on to the phone. And of course, on this side of it, you've got a stand for the phone. So let's unbox this bad boy real quick and see how it looks on the phone. Also, I apologize for using YouTuber cliches like bad boy when talking about unboxing an object. I'll try to cut that out in the future. Here you have the silicone case, and yeah, it's made pretty well as usual. It's a very hard shell here on the back. The side's a little bit softer. You can see, well, not all the sides. Only the parts with the buttons are a little bit softer. But the entire case, even here on the edges, the top, the bottom, are all a really hard surface here, made well. And this kind of can pull out, can extend, and then retract. So you've got some good leeway here for this part of the case, and of course your stand here. So let's put this on the phone itself. Close that up. This on the back. And as you see, it snaps on there very, very easily. And of course there's a front side to this. I really don't like how the front sides of these cases really look. I don't know. If it was me, I'd probably be getting one of the S Pen cases in a different color. Maybe the navy one that has that coral S Pen. But we can put this on here just to see how it looks. No shame in that. This clicks into place here. There we have it. Of course, there's an adhesive here on the inside. So if you wanted to keep this on permanently, obviously you'd peel this and have the adhesive on. But this is how it looks with the case. Here is the stand. And here's how that looks. Of course, very easy to grip the phone like this. Just makes it easier, a little bit more secure. So that's that, everybody. The Z Fold 6, along with the silicone case that has your grip here as well as your stand. A really nice upgrade if you're coming from the Z Fold 2 like this, or even the 3, heck, maybe even the 4. And if you're a tech enthusiast, you don't really care. Even if you have the 5, you'll pick this up. Don't let anybody shame you into keeping the device you have if you want to upgrade. But this looks really, really nice. Here's the combination. And you see all the ports, everything is lined up really, really well. Of course, I don't have the front portion aligned 100% correctly because that adhesive is still in there, the sticker for the adhesive. But it will align perfectly like the back does. As you can see, here's the flash, the bottom once again. Thank you all. Again, I've got Galaxy Watch Ultra coverage coming up, multiple colors. Stick around for that. I'll also be doing one of my best bands for the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Those were always quite useful, it seems. Also, links in the description for where you can pick up the phone, the case, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.